everyone to episode 19 of the Movie Maniacs podcast. All right. This is, of course, the weekly movie podcast where we talk about all things movies, especially movies that are playing here in Brunei Darussalam. I'm your host once again, as usual, Kevin. And I'm joined today by two guests, but first we'll get to our regular. It's Tibby.
Hey, I'm back.
What's up, dude?
Nothing much. I won PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds yesterday.
Sorry, what was that?
It's a video game, the PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
PUBG.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's all my achievement for the past 2 weeks.
All right. Heard you had a comedy show like last week.
So yeah, it was a private show. It went well.
Okay.
I got a few fans following me on Instagram now.
So okay, but still
single.
All right. And we have two guests in the studio today who are taking the place of Del. They're in today because we're talking about a local production called the Bungsu Story, which is a collaboration between Filterworks Productions and the Creative Core Brunei. First up, we have Creative Core BN. First up, we have from Filterworks Productions. It's A'aqiil.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
I actually think I was hoping to have more nuts. But
More what?
More nuts.
yeah, more nuts.
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
Because when you said nuts, I thought you meant something else. All right. So how are you, A'aqiil?
I think we're starting something again. So that means we just finished whatever we did, but we're doing it again. We just finished the Bungsu Story.
I do that every day. Like I go to bed and I finish, and then I start the next day, like all over again.
I had the delivery of just being discreet, and then wait, I didn't tell anything at all.
Yeah, you did. All right, and our last guest today is, of course, Amali from the Creative Core BN.
Hello, everybody.
That is a weird voice that you're putting on. How are you, Amali?
I'm good. Quite busy today. This weekend in the following 3-4 months as well.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Busy with Filterworks here as well. Trying to put together the entire season of the Bungsu Story.
That's cool. Just for the listeners, like everyone else is like dressed casually. I'm in shorts, home attire. So is Tibby. A'aqiil is a little bit more formal, but the most formal we have is Amali, who's in a full-on Cara Melayu.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm assuming he just came from like a jemputan of some sort.
This is my pajamas actually.
Oh, okay. I hate to see what you look like at like a formal event with like your mink coat and
Yeah. You don't want to see it.
All right, so we have A'aqiil and Amali in today, as I mentioned, because we will be talking about the Bungsu Story, which is a local production, which has been picked up for a full season, but we'll get to that later on in the show. But first, our weekly segment is, of course, the news, movie news to be exact. And the first big news this week is that Netflix is in talks with Disney to try and keep the Marvel films and the Star Wars films on Netflix. Now, this is in relation to the big news that Disney has decided to pull all their content off of Netflix.
Why though?
The industry insider is saying that Disney is coming up with its own streaming service. Yeah, but then again, see, in the last year, like Netflix has been sort of like pushing out like quality movies straight to their streaming service. Do you think this could be like an opening for Disney as well?
Disflix.
Sounds so bad.
This sounds wrong.
This
Disflix.
No, it's not gonna sell. I don't think so.
Really? Well, they have tried a lot of things, but I would say with Disney's kinds of resources and their backing as like you said, Marvel movies are in it, Star Wars franchise is under it, so there's a chance to just put in all Star Wars series movies as well as Marvel animated series movies coming in as a whole platform. I guess a lot of people will go for that. And Disney Channel on its own is just literally filled with content.
Yeah, it's just all their content. Like all the Marvel cartoons are on it. They have Disney Kids, which have everything.
Yeah.
But like, I think the bigger thing here is that I think they've seen the success of Netflix putting their own money into their own productions, and then they released at Comic-Con. They've got all these movies that are coming out with Will Smith in it, Glow, and all that. That supernatural modern day thing, like a fairy tale thing. And maybe Disney's trying to get in on that market, not so much to sort of change like the industry, but to say, if Netflix can do it, we've got like bigger resources and we've got like more money, and maybe we could save a bit more on like the marketing and whatnot, and just have everything straight to it. But then again, I don't know, man. For someone who has Netflix like Tibby,
yeah, I have
like,
and I heard they're like in a huge debt, like 2 billion, I think.
Really?
Netflix is in debt.
Yeah,
all right.
Because they're like to produce all of their series and movies, they kept
borrowing
money from investors or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, but would you be open to sign up for like a Disney type Netflix thing?
I mean, yeah, they have some good material, like some good,
like
Mickey
Mouse.
But most of it is like for kids. So I always associate Disney with kids. So I don't think I would. I don't know. It'll probably take like a lot of persuasion from Disney to let me subscribe to Netflix.
Oh, all right. Okay. Next bit of news. We have this out of the DC EU, and it is that Josh Whedon, who is now taken over as director for the Justice League movie,
Ooh, I heard about that.
Yeah, has been rumored to have scrapped the original ending.
What?
Yeah. So he's come in, fresh off the heels of Zack Snyder leaving for personal reasons.
Yeah.
And we've heard stories of like multiple reshoots and this, and then like the trailer dropped for Comic-Con, and it showed like a lighter color palette to it. It wasn't.
No way.
It wasn't like the fully, the Zack Snyder darkish kind of color palette. This was a bit more, a bit lighter.
So that's the thing, right? What was it? Continue. Okay. I stay off trailers these days.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, so I don't watch trailers. So I don't know what's going on. So I'm fresh going into any movies. Yeah, except for the Bungsu Story. That one I have to watch the trailer.
But that's more for quality control.
But yeah, that's the same problem with Suicide Squad for me, because the original trailer was like really dark, really gritty, which got me all excited. But then when I watched it for real, it's like, oh my god, not my thing.
Oh, okay. So that's your reason for not watching trailers anymore, like
that and spoilers. They put in spoilers just to get people into, because it's a marketing tool anyway. We know that from making our own marketing stuff as well. For our production. So I try to stay on, because sometimes the best bits they show so that they get people into the cinemas.
Just put some butts in the seats.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fresh out that story, we have Ben Affleck, who's been quite active, with putting out statements, and he says that Justice League is an interesting product of two directors. So he's
gonna die. I think that's why they changed the ending. Like, oh, you know what? You're out. You're no longer Batman. How do you feel about that?
This is like him saying like it's an interesting product. Like, I don't know. Like for someone like him who plays Batman, who was once rumored to direct it, and then he came up with his own script for it, and then now it's been sort of shot down by Joss Whedon saying, "Nah, I'm not going to use your script." So he's saying it's an interesting product. He's not even saying it's a good product.
Yeah.
He's just saying interesting.
But it's from him though.
Yeah, because what else is he gonna say? Right?
I'm gonna be Del.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be Del.
We be Del this week. I don't know if he's in this movie, and I've said it on this podcast. I think he plays a good Batman because he balances it out with a good Bruce Wayne. All right.
Yeah.
And he's not even saying that it's good or it's going to be impactful or a game changer. He's just saying it's interesting. Could it be that
he's not trying to offend anyone? It's like if I want to say it's good, I'm lying. But if I want to say it's bad, I might get fired.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Okay. We've heard about the Flash solo movie, which has been pushed back multiple times because they can't decide on the story, and then the script came out and they asked for a page one rewrite. Now there's news coming out where the Flash, which is the subtitle of the movie is called Flashpoint, is rumored to include it's rumored to include Wonder Woman.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know, like what DC is doing now is that they're sort of recognizing that Wonder Woman was a big hit of 2017. It's been like universally accepted and praised, and they're trying to shove her into as many DC movies.
Like how Iron Man is in a lot of Marvel movies.
Yeah, because the thing with Tony Stark Iron Man is that he's a central figure. Like he came up with the Avengers, he funds it, and it's all him. So it kind of makes sense for him. But if Wonder Woman was gonna be in all the DC movies,
then there would be a lot of hot scenes.
That sells.
That sells. That's a marketing.
One thing that my friend said was like, after watching Wonder Woman, he was like, "Oh, don't you feel that this is the Iron Man to DC? Like Iron Man was like the start of the whole franchise. Right. So Wonder Woman is that. So it could be that that thing that they're banking on.
So like by that you mean like Wonder Woman is like the first sort of success where you saw it and you said this is gonna work.
After the third installment.
So
Man of Steel and Batman didn't work. Let's go with
look at that.
Wonder Woman's great.
Girl power and whatnot.
Exactly. And I think that the studios are like saying, they can there's money to be made out of this. So that we can pull in the female audience as well. And obviously extra male audiences. You know what I mean?
Because wink wink.
Yeah. Gal Gadot.
Yeah. Alright, bit of Star Wars news. We've talked about this before and it's been confirmed. Captain Phasma, who is Bree from the Game of Thrones.
Bree?
Is it Bree?
Brianna.
Brianna. She will see more action in The Last Jedi, which is coming out in December this year.
Was she in the other movie?
She was in episode 7. She was the silver stormtrooper.
Which you don't see her face.
Yeah, you don't see her face. But then, it was sort of implied that they were going to put her down the trash compactor. And then, well, obviously she's back, so she's going to be in The Last Jedi.
Captain Phasma?
Captain Phasma.
I remember her.
And she'll be seeing more action.
She's the one that fought with gave command to Flynn, right?
Yeah, she's I think the overall commander of like the stormtroopers.
So we still won't be able to see her face.
That's the thing, we don't know.
Like more action, but okay.
Like if we won't be seeing her face, it could be just her voice.
Yeah, you can just Google it.
Exactly. Is it even her?
So I think like they should show her face.
Like once at least.
At least. Oh yeah, she's actually acting in it.
No, because it could be just anyone.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Right? Like because you don't know.
Like people have been saying like A-list superstars has been cameo in Star Wars, but as stormtroopers, but we don't really know
because you just hear the voice.
Daniel Craig, right?
Yeah. This is kind of like how Darth Vader was. Like the original trilogy, it was this guy David Prowse, who was like a tall bodybuilder guy, but he never got famous. Well, he was credited with being Darth Vader, and if you see some of like the original outtakes of the original Star Wars trilogy, he uses his own voice. And then it got dubbed over with James Earl Jones's voice. But and then like in like even now, if you say David Prowse to like normal people, like they were like, who?
Even I don't know.
You don't know. Wait, okay. A bit more Star Wars news. John Boyega, who of course is Finn, he believes that rotating directors strengthens the Star Wars franchise. Because we have J.J. Abrams, who did Episode 7, and we've got a new director. I can't remember his name off the top of my head now, who's directing Episode 8. But yeah, I don't know. Like, do you think that to keep things sort of fresh and have different views?
You know what happened to Transformers, right?
What happened to Transformers?
It just went downhill.
I came in halfway excited to go out angry.
I guess that makes sense as well. Like new person, new idea, not tired of the other project as well. So while the current movie is being shot, sounds better. While the current movie is being shot, then they'll be doing the pre-production for the other films.
Also, they can sort of like leapfrog. Oh yeah, because it's Disney now, so they're sort of like they want to bang one out every 2 years.
But Lord of the Rings turned out well.
Because Lord of the Rings was just like one series of books.
But Lord of the Rings, all the 3 thing, they shot it at one go.
Or like back to back.
No,
one go. So and then they cut it into
for 3 movies.
First one, second one, third one.
Okay,
I did
so
not know that.
so that's why the tone is
It's similar.
still similar.
So they lived in New
Zealand.
Zealand for what, 2 years, 3 years? Yeah.
Because people are gonna age and they don't want to wait for that. That's
Exactly.
one of the main reasons.
Yeah.
All right. Any Fast and Furious friend here?
I
Sure.
mean, Gal Gadot was in it once.
I'm not like a huge fan, but I don't know why. Like I can, whenever a new one comes out, I just like have to watch it. It's not like it's not like
so
a-
bad that it's good.
yeah, it's like a guilty pleasure type thing.
For me, it's like, oh, I've seen one. I'm invested now.
And they're up to
Let's finish
they're up
it.
to 8 now.
Yeah. To me, that's like sorry about this. How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Like up until season 4, I'm like, oh, okay, just show the mother now. But then I just have to finish the whole series
Because they make you loop through it, and you have
Exactly.
to. Yeah.
I did that for Lost.
You didn't get lost now.
Yeah, you knew from episode 1 they were lost, but like, whatever, I'm just gonna like.
Yeah.
They got found, but then they intentionally went lost again.
Right. Yeah.
Like I don't hate the franchise. I just
Not at all. No.
I just like look at it and go like, this is so stupid. Like this is so unrealistic. Like I've had my problems with this franchise. We've talked about like the last Fast and Furious movie here, and like
Yeah.
this it's not. There's nothing grounded on it. Yeah. Okay, but then
Come on, guys. I
But-
mean, Transformers. Come on. The same thing, worse quality, but still get hooked on. Like, I guess I'll just watch this.
Fast and Furious is like the Bollywood movie of Hollywood. Without what do you call exaggerated sound effect when you fight.
But if you dissect it though, Fast and Furious, and then if you put meanings to every to the evolution of it,
yeah.
it actually is good. It's actually good
Yeah,
in terms of like character building,
maybe.
how
Maybe.
things got into one thing to another. Initially, like it was what was it Point Break? So it's Point Break with cars,
Yeah,
right?
because they started off as a heist movie franchise,
Something
and then
like that,
now
yeah.
they're like defenders of the world, kind of
Exactly.
thing. Anyway, just going back to the bit of news about Fast and Furious. Not content with just having movies, Vin Diesel is going to take the Fast and Furious franchise on the road with a live tour.
What?
Yeah, like a stadium type environment where you go and you sit down and there'll be car stunts and cars from the movies, and they'll be doing rolls and flips
So-
and
And this is Ben Diesel's idea.
yeah.
I bet he was watching like theater. Like I could do this with Fast and Furious.
Probably like Vin Diesel can't get any other gigs, so, so he just has to do it.
Oh, he's just pissed off. It's like, all they want me to do is get in the recording booth and say, I'm Groot.
Exactly.
Like, screw that.
Screw you, Disney.
I'm going out and making stunts and stuff.
Or he has just too much time.
Maybe. Okay. Bit of Transformers news, since we mentioned Transformers. There is a Bumblebee solo movie in the works.
Yeah.
Right? And it's going to be set in the 80s. Don't worry, it's not Michael Bay. It's another director, the guy who directed Kubo and the Two Strings. So it's like, at least it's a fresh sort of take on the franchise. And when they say that this movie will be set in the 80s, now it's going to go full 80s, because a picture was released by Haley Steinfeld, the female lead in this Bumblebee solo movie. And she looks like she's from the 80s, like a very punk rockerish kind of thing. Do you know who Haley Steinfeld is?
No.
Yeah. Like a rising singer.
Yeah, she's a singer. She's a pop singer.
But she's also actor from Disney. Is she not?
I think she's a Disney actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, she put up a photo on her Instagram account, and her name is Charlie Watson in the movie.
Oh.
And I'm looking at the photo. She looks like something from the 80s.
I'll take your word for it.
Sure.
It's
Cool.
I don't remember the 80s.
She was in a movie as well. I just don't remember what the movie was though.
Okay, to our listeners, you can Google that. All right. Hellboy. Now, we've talked about Hellboy a little bit on the show and how...
They're getting another sequel.
yes, it's not a sequel. They're rebooting the franchise.
Oh.
Yeah, which is a bit sad because that means that Ron Perlman will not reprise his role as Hellboy. Now, the Hellboy reboot has supposedly have a new title, which is Hellboy Blood Queen.
It's a
So it's
it's a female-driven
So
story.
do we have a cast yet?
Well, apparently Mila Jojovich is reported to be in final talks to play the film's villain. Yeah.
Okay,
so
that works.
She's hot.
She
She has a villainous face.
Yeah.
kinda, I guess.
It would be funny if Ron Perlman still has Hellboy though.
Maybe he has like a cameo somewhere.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But just as like, I don't know, like the previous Hellboy's head like on a mount, like above the door. Like this was
It's not a
Hellboy.
cameo.
Yes, it is.
It's a freebie.
All right. We mentioned Daniel Craig a little bit earlier on in the show about him appearing in Star Wars. Well, actually, just hearing his voice. Now he's very well known to be the modern day James Bond. As in he sort of maybe refreshed the franchise. Why?
I just remembered, like, you know who's great who did next James Bond? Idris Elba.
Yeah, that was the thing for a while. Yeah, and then there was like internet backlash. Like, no, he can't be black. James Bond is white. Anyway,
I thought you said Idris Elba. He can't be black.
James Bond can't be black because if he's running around in Europe, he's the only black dude in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
like he walks into like, you know, whatever, like the villains
The
hide
Russian
out.
mob.
And then they're like, oh look, it's James Bond. Okay, we have mentioned on the show that Daniel Craig was really not keen into reprising his role as James Bond after the last film, which was Spectre. Very famously in an interview, he said that he would rather slash his wrists than, you know, play James Bond again. I'm guessing because, you know, he just, you know, got off like a year of shooting, and if you ask someone after a year of doing one thing, would you come back and do it? He'd be like, no. But then it's now reported, it's a rumor actually, that he is going to sign on for 2 more.
Yep. I think he slashed his wrist.
Or maybe he had like a moment, like, you know, at home sitting down, it's like, slash my wrist, die, do 2 more movies, get rich, sure. You know, maybe. So he's
He hasn't been in any movies.
Oh, he's gonna be in the next one where he's gonna star as an American.
Oh yeah, he what was it called? Lucky something.
Yeah, lucky, something lucky.
I can't remember.
I think it's just lucky.
Just Lucky. Yeah, it's like a heist movie where they it's Channing Tatum and the guy who plays oh my god, what's his name
Is
now?
it a comedy?
Han Solo's son.
It's a comedy.
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver. They're brothers who sort of engineered to rob a NASCAR weekend race because there's a lot of money flowing in like the stadium.
Yeah.
And then they enlist the help and services of Daniel Craig, who plays an American. I am incarcerated. It was actually, he pulls it off. Like,
In other words, he's a James Bond.
His look was all different as well.
his look was different.
His hairstyle was different.
Yeah.
The way he brought himself was
I've
different.
never heard of this. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you need to watch it because he has played like an American before in Cowboys and Aliens.
Yes.
Oh, I've never seen it actually.
Yeah.
That was actually good. I like that.
Yeah, it was an okay movie. Like the
I didn't
premise.
believe it when I was telling. There's this trailer. Daniel Craig with a cowboy fighting aliens. What?
And I looked at him like, bullshit. No way. And then the movie came out. I'm like, it was alright. It wasn't that bad. Alright. We have mentioned on the show that Avatar. There will be 4 more sequels.
Which Avatar is this?
Avatar, as in the James Cameron Avatar.
The blue one.
Wait.
What? 4 more?
4 more.
more?
Yes.
Wait, is that gonna come like once every 20 years?
No, I don't know.
I was just gonna say that.
The first one is slated for release in 2019, and one every year after that.
Did they die already?
No.
Like the
first one?
the
He
Navi.
became-
the Navi.
Yeah.
He
No,
became the alien.
he woke
Yeah.
up.
Oh.
He woke
Yeah,
up.
so he was in that
That was the final scene. That
the
was
final shot,
yeah, the
like
final
his
shot.
eye opening. Anyway, do you guys remember the villain?
The guy with the
the
goatee.
muscular sort of
The old guy.
Yeah, the old guy
Yeah.
who wanted him to infiltrate the Navi so
Yeah.
that they could gain their trust, and
He's
then he
dead.
was he's dead. But apparently he'll be back.
What?
And he will be the bad guy in all 4 sequels.
Might as well do a second Titanic as well, where Jack Dawson comes back alive.
But you have to remember that this is the Avatar universe, and they've transferred consciousness
Yeah.
of.
Yeah,
But he died as a person.
And yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, he died in the robot, and then just losing air. Just
Oh
Yeah.
man,
he had something went through his chest.
yeah,
as well.
they're like an arrow or something.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, out of nowhere, he accidentally becomes a blue man. I'm just gonna call it the blue man.
Just Navi,
yeah, Navi.
just from exposure.
Yeah,
To like,
yeah.
Or maybe it's like a zombie
transferred.
thing.
I mean,
I think some people in the Omatikaya is
Michelle Rodriguez got revived in
Yes.
Fast
And then
Furious.
she's gonna die again in every movie.
yeah.
So
Or maybe that wasn't him.
Yeah,
Like
maybe it was
in the last scene.
or he got transferred his consciousness
Before that.
before he died.
This is so weird.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a bit of news that's gonna upset, I know, at least one person.
Power Rangers.
One of our friends, not you.
Okay.
Pacific Rim Uprising,
Oh, okay.
which is the sequel to the 2010 or 2012
Yeah,
Pacific Rim.
2012.
It's supposed to be out in January 2018. It's been pushed back by 2 months to March of 2018.
The release, right?
Yeah, the release of Pacific Rim Uprising.
What was that all about?
So
But I have no idea. It's just said that it's a highly anticipated movie.
John
from-
Boyega's in
I
it
think post production
as the son of
Yeah.
Idris Elba.
Marketing
for the
probably.
character.
Yeah.
Marketing. They lost money on marketing probably. They just need more. But Charlie Hunnam's not in it, which
No, he's not.
I'm
Yeah.
really upset about.
Really?
Yeah, because I liked him in that role.
I have like a bigger gripe with this movie because we saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, it was a sort of
It-
viral kind of thing.
It
With-
felt like that robot movie with
Transformers.
No. Hugh Jackman. What was it? What was he in?
Oh, it's a Real Steel.
Chappie.
Yeah, like
No,
the,
no, no,
Steel,
no,
Real
Real
Steel. The trailer felt something like
But it wasn't really a trailer. It was more of just like a viral video. of-
Teaser.
No, yeah.
like a specs for
It's like an
robots
advert.
kind of thing.
It's like an advert
Like
set
join
in,
the war.
set in that universe, like join the Jaeger program type thing. It's just him.
Mm.
But the thing is, like from what we saw in that viral video, it seems that they can now control Jaegers just with one person.
Yeah.
Where previously you needed to like drift with like a compatible partner, and then one side of your brain like controls one side of the robot, and that's why you need two. So I don't
Software
know.
update maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, it is like maybe 20 years after the first movie.
I don't think it's that long.
Okay, maybe like that.
Maybe.
You know how Apple always updates.
Here's the thing though, like, why do you need a Jaeger with a pilot in it? Like, can't you just do everything
Piloted?
like virtual reality?
Yeah.
You have like, a room where the guy does the same thing and everything's done wirelessly.
Not enough satellite.
Because we have that now, like with drones and stuff.
But that's less interesting. You can't die from that. So here there's
no
a stage.
risk.
Yeah.
Well, then you can implement like the Matrix thing, like where if you die in it, you die for real, kind of thing.
Like Avatar.
Yeah, maybe.
Everything
Alright.
connects.
Sorry.
Everything connects.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, we live in this.
People say it's just a Matrix ripoff then.
Everything's a
Don't
Matrix.
die! Don't die!
Or like John Boyega's like the one. And like his Jaeger flies. I don't know. Alright, our last bit of news, we're going back to Marvel for this one. James Gunn, who directed the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, has promised, quote unquote, a lot of answers in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, it's a bit unclear as to what he means, but he says, we get a lot of answers on a lot of different things, so doing this in an elegant way takes a little bit of grace and elegance. It's more challenging in that respect, writing the third movie than the second movie.
Yeah.
So,
It's also writing like post of Avengers War. I mean, what was it? Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and that's like Infinity War 1 and 2,
yeah.
which are coming out 2018 and 2019.
And then to write something after that, like it's right after like a huge climax. Just, what are we gonna do now?
What are we gonna expand on?
Yeah.
But the Infinity War 1 and 2 will see the Guardians of the Galaxy team up with the Avengers.
Yeah.
And that's probably on Earth.
Spider-Man.
Well, definitely on Earth, yeah. Because we saw like leaked teasers from Comic-Con and they're on Earth. So, yeah, I don't know.
Spider-Man and Doctor Strange are in it as well, right?
Yes, everyone's in it. Like everyone from the Marvel Cinematic Universe is in it. My question is, if Peter Quill knows that he's from Earth and he knows the story of how he was plucked from Earth by Yondu when he was a kid, why has he not gone back to Earth?
There was no reason.
Yeah, no reason.
Really?
We don't know how
Isn't
to
it like
go there.
and then
No one has paid him to go back to Earth.
guilt from the mom?
Because he knows like his mom passed away.
Yeah.
His mom passed away in like the first film, like
Yeah.
the beginning scene, the mom passed away. Wouldn't he want to visit his mom, or check up on his uncle or something.
It'd be weird if in the Infinity War it's about his story. When he reaches Earth, like, I want to find my mom.
That's weird. That's so weird. All right, that'll do it for the news this week on the Movie Maniacs podcast. Now, if you'd like to get in touch with us here on the show, you can do so via our Gmail account, which is moviemaniacspod@gmail.com. All right, we're going to get to the meat of this episode of the podcast, which is where we talk about the Bungsu Story, which is a local production, which all my guests are involved with.
Yeah.
I might be. We'll see.
You were sort of. You were hosting.
I was
the press
hosting the press screening,
Yeah.
which was a lot of fun actually.
Oh, thanks.
You were about to take a role.
I was about to take a role, but
Yeah,
due to scheduling conflicts,
More like you got ill.
I was ill. Yeah, I was sick. All right, so we're gonna hand it over to A'aqiil and Amali to sort of give us an overview of what the Bungsu Story is.
All right, A'aqiil, take it away.
Damn it, usually Charlotte does the synopsis for me.
True.
Well, the Bungsu Story started out as a collaboration between Filterworks and the creative core VN. We planned something like to do something last year during the National Youth Day when we were at ICC, and early on February, met with Mali and like, what are we gonna do? The first suggestion was to do a short film. Short films are overrated. Well, because they did the UBD Film Festival last year. Like,
Oh, that was you guys.
Yep.
yeah,
All right,
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that.
Oh, thanks.
We went for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
the hero one was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that was good. That was unexpected.
Yeah.
No.
So let's try a different style. So we went for a TV series. So the Bungsu Story is about a lighthearted drama, mostly focused on the relationship between four people. But for the pilot episode that we're doing, it's just based on one, so we do a synopsis for one about a girl who's a genius. A smart girl in class, goody two shoes, trying to impress the family for most of the part, and then he meets with a polar opposite, and that's when things start to get interesting.
Polar opposite in what way?
And personality, the way,
Okay.
The way
She's a girl, the guy, that's a guy.
I think that's.
Oh, really?
I think that's called opposite. No.
All right, and we you guys already have a pilot episode which was running in the Arena Cineplex from the 27th of July. I think for about 2 weeks it was on.
27th of July.
Yeah.
Until 9th, yeah.
Until 9th. So like
2 weeks.
2.5, 3 weeks. Okay. And how's the response from that screening?
Well,
There's two kinds: the commercial response and the critical response. The commercial aspect, actually, it was quite alright. Actually,
okay.
We could have gotten more, but
still goes down to how much effort we put into marketing.
Okay.
Yeah, because our it started off, like I said, as a collaboration project, and it wasn't really meant to like go to the cinema.
Yeah.
Finish the whole season.
All right.
Yeah.
So now you've been picked up for like a season.
Yeah.
All right. And how many episodes are we expecting?
We're right now planning for a 13 episode.
That is. Sorry, continue.
Maybe around half an hour each.
Yeah. So because that is also on the back of our critical response.
All right.
Which is, I would have to say, about 90 to 98% positive.
All right.
Like definitely people want to watch the second episode and what happens in it, which means that it was good enough story. That people were
Invested.
Yeah. Like there was a good enough setup.
Yeah.
For people to sort of like, okay, I kind of identify this character, but what happens next? Come on, show me.
What happened to this? What happened to this guy?
Typical Korean drama. So, like, I want to know what happened next.
Yeah, of course, as a production, like it's not without drawbacks. Like we do get critical, like you said, critical comments where it's mostly about film production, the casting, the how things could be delivered better overall, where the plot holes are. But yeah, like what Mali said, we did get good comments where people just, okay, when's the next one? Is it coming in the next few months? Kind of thing.
Yeah, but like even though you get negative comments, that's sort of like a good constructive criticism for you.
They were like none were like just empty comments.
You suck.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing like that. Like they were like, oh, if you could have improved on this one, we understand that due to financial restrictions, limitations here and there, we see the potentials though. So now that someone or it's being picked up, as you said, to do the whole series.
I think the worst two comments that I saw was like too cliche or good attempt.
That was I don't remember.
Good attempt was a negative comment.
Yeah. So like just to go back and like go through for the listeners, we may not have mentioned this on this while recording this, but A'aqiil is the writer / producer for the Bungsu Story, and Amali is the producer.
One of the producers.
One of the producers.
Let's say co-writer.
Co-writer. All right.
Yeah.
So you guys have like a writing team.
So the writing team for this one was myself, Zainal, so as Filterworks Productions, with Heartwright, that will be Ying and Whedon.
Okay. All right.
They're quite good in helping out, and because we had a really tight time limit to do the whole script to begin with. From starting off the collaboration, but it delivered out well. So all of it was content coming from the four of us.
Oh, okay, that's good. All right. In terms of like the producer side or like the production side, like what's your main role, Amali?
This is the sometimes. This is it. Like I'm so used to doing the very small scale productions where you do everything. So best case scenario, ideally, a producer just looks after the entire production from an overview, overall perspective.
All right. Okay.
Not getting involved in the shoots, but because still this is very very small productions, very small production, and that we didn't have that many people on board to take
consistent roles as well.
Consistent specific roles. So I kind of have to fill in the gaps here and there as well. And mostly as a producer, I think looking after everything. So in the beginning, in pre-production, like the scheduling, the time, like right now the auditions as well. So we have to set that up, and then during productions, during productions, the main thing is to keep everything within the time limit. And most important thing I think during production is food. Feeding people and drinks, a lot of water as well, which we do get some sponsors here and there. And in post-production, basically marketing and part of editing, everything.
Okay, so like just you're sort of like the general manager team,
sort of,
of like the whole thing from start to finish.
Management team is essentially.
All right, so like would you consider yourselves like a well-oiled machine at this point after the pilot and
I mean, oil is being
it's a limited commodity right now.
It's on the top layer of our bodies right now.
Get off my chair.
I think you guys have more experience now.
More oil.
That's true. Yeah. Now we know what's gonna happen,
like
what's going on,
like what to expect, and the possible things that might go wrong. Exactly. Things like that. Okay.
The difference is that this from last time it was 5 months for one episode. Now we have 5 months for all 13 episodes.
So it's like a complete like reversal of like timelines.
How we make things tighter and just scale up to make that 13 as efficient as possible.
All right. How has the general public? I mean, aside from like the guys who came to watch the pilot and whatnot, like overall, what drives you to sort of do more?
Do more for
the Bungsu Story.
Do more meaning the full episode.
Like all 13 episodes. And this is 13 episodes including the pilot or
completely reboot.
Excluding the pilot. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the top an announcement, I guess. They're rebooting the pilot.
Spoiler.
No. It's a full full season from start to finish. Why we want to do it is, you see the current standard of Brunei TV series, and then you see the ones in the region. maybe in the region slightly higher in terms of like standards in terms of cinematography, acting as well. Story, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's where we want. That's our main drive. Right
Drive.
now,
Okay.
is
All right.
to raise the standard.
To raise the bar a
To
little
raise
bit.
the bar.
Yeah.
It's either we join or we be better kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because you know, like I remember like as a kid like watching like local TV and
On
then you
TV.
see these like local series
Yeah.
and it's all the same. It's all shot the same way.
Exactly.
They all act a certain way.
Exactly.
The story is always like very similar to each other.
Actually, I have to correct you. They don't act in a certain way. They act the same way.
The same way. And then and like now like in my 30s, you know, like watching local TV again,
Yeah.
and it's still the same
Yeah.
sort of production values.
If not, it gets worse in some productions as well.
Yeah.
This is because of the there's no industry in Brunei.
Yeah, like,
That's it.
sadly there is no industry, but
There's no
then
industry.
you know you guys are hoping to break the
Yeah,
mold
there's
and
no
Exactly.
industry and there's
change
no...
the stigma a little bit here.
And try to create the industry from this point on.
Yeah, like for local Bruneian dramas, like there's a formula to it. There has to be like one scene where they're all eating.
That and sitting around in the living room.
Yeah, that's
for
right.
hours.
Yeah.
and like discussing some like huge major problem, which is not really a major problem.
No.
It's more
The
like
one major problem is the entire season.
that's right.
So in between that, there's nothing that moves the story
Yeah.
along.
Talking to themselves for a lot of it.
Monologues. Oh my god.
Or no, even worse, they have one where the camera just shoots the guy's face, usually from like a low angle, and he's sort of like doing a thinking thing.
Yeah.
And then you hear his voice.
Exactly.
Oh, macam mana tu? Oh, macam mana belum tu?
And then 2 scenes later, a flashback to that point.
Which is blurry.
Yeah.
Like they put Vaseline on the lens.
Exactly.
All right, we've been talking to A'aqiil and Amali, who are the co-producers and writers of the Bungsu Story.
Yeah.
Now we're going to switch gears a little bit and speak to Tibby, who is actually involved in the Bungsu Story.
Minor, I would say.
A minor role.
Yeah, I'm just a
It's very, very
supporting.
modest.
I'm a supporting cast.
All right.
I also provide. I would like to think provide humor during the shoot.
All right.
In between the shooting.
In between the shooting.
Like what is your role? In...
I was a young Muhammad Khalil.
Ooh.
Supposed to be Dato Khalil, but I look too young and handsome to be a Dato. So they changed.
Was this like from the comments from the general public or?
Somewhat.
So yeah, I was involved in the pilot episode as a cast.
All right.
Never asked you this, but how do you feel about being part of the cast?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
I think you enjoyed it.
A'aqiil's not convinced.
I love it. I even gave A'aqiil a back massage. I remember.
Oh yeah.
But as like a cast member, as like one of the actors who are bringing this story to life, what was it like working with the Bungsu Story production crew?
Yeah. How was it?
Oh, it's like a grilling session now.
How was your work the next morning?
Yeah.
I slept on the way. KB.
So
How'd you sleep on the way while driving?
I stopped by somewhere. I just left in the car.
Unfortunately, KFC wasn't on.
I hope my boss doesn't listen to this.
Thank you for your contribution, Tibby.
Yeah, because we finished shooting at 2:00, and this was in Damwon.
In the morning.
Yeah, morning, and he has work in like
I-
4 hours after that.
I remember A'aqiil saying, "Oh, latest will be like 10, 11. We'll be done by 10, 11." It's like, all right, I have time.
Well, due to setbacks.
I mean, it's understanding. I mean, this is not like my first time shooting
Your first
something.
rodeo.
Yeah. So it was an unexpected.
Mm.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but
Yeah.
in this type of environment, you have to be prepared for
Because
shooting
Yeah.
long hours.
you have like a history with Filterworks.
Yeah,
Like
because
you appeared in like quite a few of their videos, like from 2016 when they were.
That was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was one of.
You were in the early ones where we included you in one of the Sumkai videos. And
Yeah.
The Taj one. I'm not so.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Could have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of my first time to try out without Fex's supervision.
But you grown a lot.
Uh-huh.
In terms of body.
From all the food.
Yeah.
All right. You mentioned that you'll be having an audition for this new season of the Bungsu Story.
Yeah.
Give us a bit of info about that.
So the audition is going to be on the 20th of August. So this coming Sunday.
Well, that's next week.
Next week.
All right.
It's going to be from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then we're going to have a break and continue on with the next set of auditions from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. It is going to be at a K-Hub ground level. K-Hub just besides I Center, the D&T building.
Oh, this is like near the Kebajikan Times Square area.
Yeah, right across.
So just across the road.
If you guys know Container Park, which is a new eating place.
Yeah. It's very close by.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
Well, we have some scripts ready. That'll be on the links for our Instagram, both Filterworks and the Creative Core's Instagram.
And of course, I'll be including that link in this description.
That's
down below.
Yeah,
the description.
Yeah. Everyone's free to take up whatever character they would like to see, because it's not more about what character we want. It's more about each person's natural ability or latent talent for acting.
Oh, okay. Just sort of like to see what they can bring to the table.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So, because that could have been a mistake last time where we wanted to fill characters so much that you skim it down to something so minimal.
Also specific. That, it's in this little box.
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe this time it'll be like, we can use you somewhere.
Because we have a whole lot of episodes.
Yeah. You can spread them out like over the course of the whole series.
Exactly.
We still need to find young Berhomet Khalil's hot wife
who never gets seen.
Yeah.
So just like a silhouette in the back, like the corner.
Preferably still single. With
a 30% chance.
Yeah, 30% chance.
All right. So if any of our listeners would like to maybe get in touch with like the production team, or maybe they would like to, I don't know, for those who might not be able to make it to the auditions this coming 20th of August, if they like to maybe send a video or just express their interest, where can they find you guys?
We're on Instagram. Filterworks is on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Otherwise, you can always email us if there's any interest on filterworksproductions@gmail.com. And then with the Creative Core,
thecreativecorebn@gmail.com.
All right. Okay.
They have their own Instagram and YouTube account as well.
And if you want to get in touch with me,
you have to be single and interested in YB Khalil.
And you have to send a photo.
at Tibby Bear, just on Instagram, you can tag me.
All right. Last thing that I'd like to ask all of you, like individually, is what are your hopes for the Bungsu Story? Like, where do you want to see this go in maybe the next 6 months to a year, and the possible futures that it may bring? Let's start with A'aqiil.
Well, maybe not Netflix anymore.
Because there is dead.
I don't know.
Netflix.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Well, we find the possibilities. Like, it could be a TV broadcasting place. It could be an online platform. If we get a chance to just showcase our content regionally outside Brunei, then of course, bearing in mind the production quality, like cinematography and story, it's something for Brunei to be out there again.
Right.
We had a movie once before, Brunei movie once before. I mean, not we, as in Brunei had a movie once before.
All right.
But Brunei could have another series once before, coming. In the future.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe like a possibility could be, if you guys maybe link up with certain other production companies, or maybe like RTB, for instance, and then it can be part of like a cultural exchange kind of thing, where because we have like Filipino series and Indonesian series on like RTB, and it's all part of like a cultural exchange thing, like an MOU.
Yeah.
I got some really interesting advice that if you star in a Filipino inside the series, it's gonna go viral out.
Or even half a Filipino.
Yeah.
Hint. Of course, they're still looking for auditions. So if anyone would like to,
just a little bit more to it. Touching on the auditions, is that you don't have to be a Bruneian Malay to audition. We are bringing. We demand.
Whoa!
We want to invite.
Hold the phone. He's making demands.
Sorry, producer talk. We want we would really appreciate to invite a diverse cast of all races. So we will. It's easier to accommodate once we know who the characters are anyway.
Okay, all right.
High chance if you'll get cast if you're not local.
Yeah.
So they can plug you.
Yeah.
Amali, same question. Like, you know, where do you see this going? Or like, what are your hopes for the Bungsu story?
Yeah. Where do I see it going? Can't really say much. That depends on the reception of the people, and that also is depending more of a hope, where we hope to be. Again, like A'aqiil said, if we can just tap into the regional market, that's like the best case scenario. That's the ideal situation right now. If we can, hope is that it gets picked up by at least one station in every country. And people to just dig our series actually, and more of a nationwide thing is that people get inspired by what we do. Yeah, so I hope that people are not scared to do series, not just short films, because short films is like anything can be a short film.
Yeah, that's true.
But a series has its particular specifications. Criteria and formulas. So it's more challenging, to be honest, to do not just a well-liked series, but a series on its own is just so tough. Yeah.
Okay. I personally would like to see like a season 2 and season 3, because I think like the Bungsu story, you know, it's a good setup and there's like enough heart and story in it that, you know, it's good to have something that's Bruneian, which is like, you know, ours, that we can sort of be proud and see on TV and, you know, look at every week.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my hopes. And lastly, Tibby, as one of the actors and, you know, humor on set guy.
I try my best.
Thinking back, there wasn't really a comedy bit when you first arrived.
No.
But people did laugh and said, "Just call me." Got it.
That's true. That's
I
true.
thought you could call me Sai. I mean, as a cast member, I mean, they're gonna make a full season, and it's a possibility for being recasted. Which, you know, if there's a better it's why not? But whether I am in or not in the series, I hope that it'll grow into something that's meaningful or bigger in Brunei and outside of Brunei regionally. And I would want to see like last time I remember buying those Korean dramas in like pack of CDs.
Yeah.
Like
I want the whole box set.
I want something like, maybe now, I don't know if they still do that. You know, maybe this ends up being something like that.
A Blu-ray.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I hope it's. Yeah, I wish it. You know, it'll be something big.
Do want to say thank you to the people who were involved in making the Bungsu Story, the pilot episode. That includes the cast, the crew, because it was all voluntary as well, and support from families and friends as well, and definitely the sponsors who at least lessen our burden in making, you know, an art.
All right. And well, if any of our listeners would like to help out in this next production, maybe if you want to maybe feature like your home business or
Find some
whatever.
investors for us.
Yeah, find some investors. That's always welcome, of course.
Of course, always. That's always.
Maybe there's like a business owner who sells burger, and then somewhere in the story, they always hang out at this stall.
At this joint. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. All right.
And inviting product placements.
Yeah, absolutely. And also thank you to the people who came and watched at the cinema, taking your time to come and watch our very, very small production. Yeah.
All right. So there you have it. That's of course A'aqiil and Amali from Filterworks Productions and the Creative Core BN. And of course, my co-host for this podcast,
I'm co-host now.
he's been upgraded to co-host. I can't
because Dell's not around.
Not because I can't keep calling him a guest.
Yeah, because it's just too regular.
I've been to his podcast 17 episodes now.
Or 19 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And of course, we've been talking about the Bungsu Story, which is about to embark on a whole season now, 13 episodes. They've just been given the green light, so they will be having auditions for many roles and casts, which is happening on the 20th of August. That's next Sunday, as of this time of recording.
Yep.
It will be happening at K-Hub from 9 to 12, and from 9:30 to 12, and to 2 to 5 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yep.
And if you'd like to get in touch with any of them from the Filterworks or the Creative Core BN, the links will be down below in the description. And of course, I'd like to say thanks to my guests, A'aqiil and Amali, and my co-host Tibby. That's it. It's now official. You are co-host for being here today and recording this episode of the podcast. Once again, this is Kevin for the Movie Maniacs podcast. If you'd like to get in touch with us here on the show, you can do so at moviemaniacspod@gmail.com. Once again, this is Kevin signing off. See you guys. Bye.
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 I just remembered who highly stand by the movie he started.
Oh, well, so what's the movie? This is like a bonus now.
I don't remember the name. But I know.
Remember the movie.
But I remember the movie.
All right, now we're gonna go for good now. See ya. Bye.